Right. Hello. Right, so this is the final round for GP2 at Abu Dhabi. We did do full qualifying last week, and unfortunately some of the drivers can't compete, so we do have a new driver, which is Jay Holty. He will be starting at the back, and obviously everyone in the top 10 has to start on the tyres they qualified on. So that means that everyone in the top 10 starts on ultra softs, apart from futures who has to start on the hypers. Everyone else gets free choice, and it's going to be a clear race because that's what it was going to be last week. So it's going to be a short stream today, only going to last about not even an hour, because we're just going to be having the race, and there's a 10-point gap between Sync Quanta and Smidget for the title. Smidget's lead on about 175 points, and Luke's on 165. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. We'll definitely see a new champion today, but who will it be? And Liam Prov's out, which is a shame. I've given him far. So I've given Liam an invite, but I don't think he's going to be joining. But right, so I just need to make sure everyone's on the correct tyres, because if they're not, they have to start. Yeah, right, everyone's on the correct tyres, because if they're not on the correct tyres, they have to start on. You have to put on the first lap to go onto the correct tyres, which is even more damaging. So otherwise they face disqualification. But here we are, we've got Orbit Nations in P1. He was Sync Nations last week, it's the same person. And we've got Wastel P2. Alright, and we've got Sync Quanta ahead of Smidget here. Could that play in Smidget's... No, could that play in Sync Quanta's hands? But it's not enough points. There's only a 3-point gap there. And Quanta needs to exceed a 10-point gap. Maybe even 11, because I think he's going to lose on countback. So yeah, Smidget P4. And then we have JRT Griffiths in P5 with Jasper in P6. Think Propulsion P7, Tom Fulks in Horizon P8 and 9, then in P10 is UK Futures on that Hypersofts, the only one on the grid on the Hypersofts. Will that work? Will that not work? And then we've got Ira Schumacher on the Supers. He is outside the top 10, so we could start on whatever we wanted, but he chose to stick with what he chose last week. Now we've got Sync Bottas starting P12 with Spittles P13, Liam Prov, I can't click on his name because he's lagged out, P14. We've got LR Blaze against P15, UK Excites P16, and Jaholti making just a little appearance in the final round in P17. So we're going to look back up the front again, under the bridge of the hotel. It's going to be very interesting to see who wins today. We don't usually do races like this. We've never done a race without qualifying, but we have done qualifying because it was last week. But nothing like this has ever happened before. Maybe we could see this more in the future. Full qualifying 1 week and the race the next, just for the finale to make it interesting. So, here it is. The final race of the season. Everyone's going to be all tense because they weren't expecting to do this race quite this early. We're going to look at Sync Quanta for the start. This is a weird camera angle, but here we go. And it is the 5 red lights for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the finale, and it's lights, and away we go. And I can't tell who's got a good start right yet. It looks like Smidget got a great start. He's already down the inside of Sync Quanta. Sync Quanta hanging down the inside, and there's contact. There's already contact already, and there's a bit of jostling in the background there. And he's going to brave it down the inside here, but Smidget hangs it around the outside, and he's just managed to keep it on track. Now you've got JRT Griffiths all over the back, but Sync Quanta's managed to keep it there. And I think there's a bit of jostling in the background, a bit of contact, a few front wings lost, and at 10 minutes right, there's a car around. And Jay Holty's in the hat, so that's going to be interesting to see. Now I've just got a slipstream fest all the way down the straight. Looks like it's going to be a battle for the lead here. Oh, this is a beautiful camera angle. Oh, but Wastel, is he going to go down the inside of Sync Nations? And it looks like he does. He just gets it done. But side by side, and he doesn't manage to keep it stick. But not DRS yet, remember, there's no DRS. And Limitless Horizon, 5 seconds stop and go penalty. Might have had to cut the chicane. The top 8 remain exactly the same, and that is surprising. And there's a few spins in the back, I believe. Jay Holty's already out. And we have... Right, Wastel right on the back. Looks like this... Everyone's close, but it's looking pretty clean so far, especially for the top 10. Now let's get to the Jasper boss here. Yeah, it's actually really surprising to see the top 8 have not gained places. Spittle's gained 4 positions, he's now in this top 10 battle, which is absolutely fantastic. Here we have Jasper Boss, he's literally right on the tail end of JRT Griffiths now. But he's lost it on traction on the exit. Is anyone going to dive into the pits for their damage? Yes, R12 Schumacher's in, that's such a shame, he was on the supers, obviously not going to work out for him this race. And UK Excites is obviously when Futures is down there as well, so his Hypersoft strategy definitely didn't pay out. Liam Prof didn't make it back in time, which is a shame. So, 15 runners left. Oh, and that looks like it was a bit of a strange exit there for Orbit. He's going to skip back up front to see if there's going to be a cheeky little overtake. Doesn't look like it, looks like he's going to keep it for now. But there is people getting quite close in the background here for the battle for P7. Tom Fulks with Sync Repulsion right behind that. Sync Repulsion dropped down a place, and yeah. It's just going to be who has the most slipstream here. It's going to help if you've got low wings, but that's definitely not going to help in the corners. You've got to find a fine balance, and there is definitely getting really close for second place here between Wastel and Orbit Nations. As there's a lovely picture of some marshals, but then you see the cars whiz past into the next section of track. Under the hotel now. It's looking really clean so far, not much going on. Top 10, staying really close actually. There's only 1 second gap there. Griffiths is struggling to stay on the back of Smidget. You can see where the men separate from the boys. You've got the top 4 pulling away from the mid-pack. We're going to go on board with Wastel here. The dirty air does not help at all in the corners. Definitely, you can easily lose the back end there, especially if you've got an unbalanced setup which helps with the straights, but you've got to really be careful, you've got to really fine-tune your setup, and I believe DRS is this lap, so we can see a few overtakes down the straight. Here's Wastel. And that's definitely a very weird camera angle then, and go back on board, gets in the DRS. Orbit Nations has a red light flash, so it looks like he was saving a bit of DRS. And Wastel's going to go down the inside. Does he get it to stick? No, he doesn't, but will there be a few moves in the background? Looks like Jasper Boss getting close to Griffiths. Griffiths has dropped even more off of Smidget now. But here we have Wastel catching up to Orbit Nations, got the DRS, he's going to look for the inside, yes he does. Early stages of the race, you don't want a crash to happen, but Orbit Nations braves it around the outside and he has to cut the chicane, which is a shame. He probably got a warning, and there's contact there. That looked like definitely a bit of wing was lost there. Looks like that may have been Orbit Nation's fault because he did leave the track and join in a very unfriendly manner. It literally, yeah, it wasn't great. And we're going to have a look. Tom Fulks getting very close to Jasper Boss in the mid-pack. JRT Griffiths seems to be holding a little bit of a bunch up here. Oh, this is, yep. This is very intense race, and this is what you get from GP2, and this is the last you're going to see of this grid now, because they're going to split ways next season with a lot of new exciting things, and this is going to be the last time you're going to see all the normal liveries on track, apart from tomorrow, which is GP1. But you're going to see a lot of fresh new liveries next year, which I'll explain later when not much is going on. But Tom Fulks very close to Jasper Boss now. Is he going to save the straight line speed, slipstream and the DRS for the straight? Yeah, it looks like he is at the moment. JRT Griffiths really absolutely bunching him up. So I'm going to quickly check the front. Is anything happening? Well, Wastel now is going to get the DRS. Not sure he's going to be close enough though. He is closing in really fast. He's going to save it for the next track. Going to skip back to Tom Fulks now. And that looks like Jasper Boss getting the move done on Griffiths. Tom Fulks might have a look there. Looks like Toro Rosso running wide in the background. Let's get back up to Wastel. Is there going to be a move made for P1? Around the outside goes Wastel. Does he cement it? No, he doesn't. Orbit Nation still remains ahead, but there's another move going on for the mid-pack for P number 5. Now this little battle is allowing the top 4 to really pull away, and Tom FORL's taking so much more speed there. It looks like he lost it, and there is contact with Griffiths. Oh, that was very close, because I think Tom outbroke himself, and he almost just slammed into the side of Griffiths, as you see, is almost side by side there as well. And a move could be made soon, because Tom is only 2 tenths behind Griffiths. Is he going to make... Oh, he's doing a bit of a dummy into turn 1. That was cheeky there. He's very close here. Surely he's going to have some downforce issues going around these corners, but he'll easily be able to make up for that on the straight with the DRS. But he's got to be careful. He's got Sync Pulsar right behind. A very quick guy. Underrated. A lot of bad luck with things. Hopefully that'll change. Next thing, he goes for the hairpin. He goes for the move in the hairpin. Is he going to lose DRS? I don't think he does. Griffiths gets pushed out wide, but I think Tom's going to keep the DRS for that. And yes, he does. Oh, but Griffiths still a DRS from Jasper Boss ahead, so Tom goes very aggressive. Oh my god, what did I just see? What did I just see? That was too aggressive from Tom FORL, and that's put Griffiths into the barrier. And we're going to skip up Waystall for P2, and there's contact, and Orbit Nation spins sideways to cut the corner again. Hopefully he only gets warnings and that down the road with a penalty. That's sad to see Griffiths out. But all this battling for P1 has allowed Sync Quanta and Smidget back up to the front. So will team orders be made for Waystall to let Sync Quanta through? Because Smidget is right on the tail end, and Orbit Nations is another Sync driver, so maybe you could see Sync Quanta possibly go up to P1, but I'm not sure they're going to let it. They're going to give it up without a fight, so we have to wait and see. Oh, and Waystall got sideways there. And Orbit Nations may just pull away. But this is a very nice 4-car battle we're seeing for the lead, as all the cars run wide for turn 1. That may be warnings for them. Right, coming up to the hairpin now. Right, it's going to be an absolute slipstream fest now. So whoever's got the overtake mode, whoever's got the slipstream, whoever's got the DRS. Orbit Nations is just going to be sitting there like a sitting duck. He's got absolutely nothing to do apart from trying to defend. And it's like Sync... Oh, it looks like Sync Quanta is struggling with straight line speed actually, as Waystall does make a move down the outside, but Orbit has the inside for the next corner, and there's quite a few people going out now. I'm not sure what's going on. But we've got Sync Waystall. No, I apologise for that. Waystall going around the outside here of Orbit Nations. Will he get it done? Doesn't look like it. We're going side by side through there. Surely going to allow Sync Quanta to catch back up. And oh, he's literally pushing the car around the track, and he's already down the inside. That's a very strange place to make a move. They're definitely banging wheels. Surely a bit of a rivalry going on here. We're down to 11 cars now. Suddenly 3 have just retired. Don't know what's going on. But looking at this front battle, so far, Smidget will be crowned champion if it stays like this. But with all this battling, surely there may be a crash or two. Change over to tyres. So yeah, the majority of the field's on the ultra soft still. We've got UK Future still on the hypers, but he's dropping back now because I don't think the hypers are the thing anymore. They're definitely going to be lacking pace. And you've got Tom FORL, the only man on the super softs, but he was involved in a massive accident down the straight, being way too aggressive for Griffiths. So here we are, Waystall. He's a bit closer than previous laps, so is Smidget. Smidget is so much closer to the back of Sync Quanta, so maybe there could be positions made. I think Smidget and Sync Quanta are lacking the straight line speed. I don't know what's going on, if they're saving ERS or anything, but... Right, I think Orbit Nation's going to try and hug the inside here. It's going to give him a bad exit. No, he does go around the outside, trying to get the inside for the next corner probably, but Waystall side by side. And yet there's a bit of tyre banging. Oh, it's so close. Now Jasper Boss is going to be catching up. And what happened there? Orbit Nations, off the camera, just suddenly went from first to third place. Maybe he got barged a little bit wide. I didn't really see there. But Orbit Nation's down to P3, Sync Quanta up to P2, and now that means the championship gap is down to 4 points if the people finish like this. So Smidget will still win. Sync Quanta needs to win if Smidget is in 4th place, otherwise he will not. Remember, none of these guys, well, Orbit Nation's got points for fastest lap, but he's out the championship, so it doesn't really play an effect. But fastest lap is going to be another point here, so that could mean the difference between winning and losing the championship at this stage, especially when you fight for victory. This is going to be an amazing championship finale. Is Smidget right on the back of Orbit. I'm not sure if Orbit has killed his tyres battling with the front runners. So we're going onto the straight now. You really want to slingshot yourself onto the straight. You don't want to try and bog yourself down at all. But our team order is going to be played between Wastrel and Sync Quanta. Yes, it looks like it does, because that was an easy move done in the background for Sync Quanta and Wastrel. So definitely team order is going to be played here. Now Wastrel, his job is going to be to hold up Orbit Nations, but most importantly Smidget. Right, Smidget cannot get past, otherwise yeah, the championship's over. But that was definitely a very ambitious, but luckily got the dummy there for Nations. Looks like Smidget got quite a good exit out of that. These guys are definitely running really good, and he's done a Tom Fawkes mistake, almost killing someone's side pod there, but luckily he manages to keep his nose out of the way. That will have lost him a little bit of time, but they're still really close. And just in the meantime, Jasper Boss is catching, but I'm not sure on the straights he'll be catching, because these guys will be getting slipstream, DRS and everything. He's just got clean air, but clean air is better than everything, I suppose. I'm just going to go on board with Smidget now to see how it is. Orbit Nations ran a bit wide there. Right, front two sort of pulled away a little bit through the first corner. We've got Smidget running a bit of a deeper line. We'll probably have to lift off that, especially to save the tyres. And, Smidget ran very wide, and that's going to be a warning for him cutting that a little bit. And the top three are very close, but we're going to keep looking at Smidget. Going down the back straight now. Just going to see what he's using. He's using overtake mode with the DRS, but he's definitely not close enough at all. And that means I'm going to go on board with Orbit Nations to see this battle between Wastrel and Sync Quanta down the inside. Goes Wastrel. But there's a bit of tyre banging there. Sync Quanta remains ahead. Definitely the teammates are not giving up the lead easy, despite leading the championship fight against Smidget. This is very close racing here. And almost 3 wide into that corner. Don't know what it's called or anything, but Sync Quanta remains P1 now. Orbit Nations really wants to get back into the lead after having that. And what was that? Sync Quanta did a half spin there. It looks like Orbit Nations got a bit damaged after Wastrel had to sharply brake. So Orbit Nations surely in this lap. Sync Quanta down to P5. I honestly have no idea what happened there. Maybe contact with Wastrel, but Jasper Boss has caught up a lot here. Maybe he could be the factor that changes the championship. But yeah, that's not helped Sync Quanta at all. He's really got to try and catch up now. But yeah, he's definitely broken his tyres quite. He's definitely worn his tyres by doing that spin. He's got a bit of catching up to do, but with these guys battling, I'm sure that's possible. Especially with Orbit having a broken front wing, he's going to be trouble for Smidget holding him up. But Sync Quanta not in the right place. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a tap, but we will never know. So here we have Orbit Nations. He's out of DRS now of Wastrel. He's doing a good job with a broken front wing. So Smidget will want to get the move done as soon as he can. But Smidget's not. It doesn't look like he's going to be close enough. He's quite close, but possibly not a dive yet. There is definitely a dive, and yeah, he's not at the inside for this corner. But he does get a better slingshot though than Orbit Nations. Meanwhile, Jasper Boss caught up by like 4/10 through that corner, which is going to be helping Sync Quanta on the toe and DRS. So it's now going to be a 5-car battle instead of a 4. Way more exciting. However, it's not going to be a 5-car battle because Wastrel just extended the lead by 5/10 in the last half of the track. Surely this is because of Orbit's front wing. Especially in the final sector, this is going to affect him a lot. And through the first sector, because there's a lot of tight, twisty corners and there's a long right-hander, which will not help. But going through these corners here, you're going to see how close Smidget will be able to get. So anyway, Smidget closing in a lot, but right final corner now. There's no DRS on this straight because it's quite small, but it'll be quite good to have a short burst of DRS, actually, thinking of it. Yeah, as you see, Wastel's definitely running away. I haven't seen any time penalties yet. Everyone's keeping it clean. Oh, and that was Wastel. Almost losing the car there, saved it. Well, that looked very impressive to save, but it must have been very scary in the cockpit. So here we have Smidget, right on the back now, got Jasper Boss right on the back as well, but also Sync Quanta just behind. So now 4-car battle for second place. Smidget, is he going to make the move here? Surely he is going to be down the inside, which is going to leave him the outside for the next corner, but remember Orbit does have a broken wing, and now Jasper Boss is going to get involved. He's now side by side with Smidget almost. DRS going to come to play here now. But Smidget does have the slipstream as well, but he might get boxed in by Jasper, but that does give him the inside. So he does go for the lunge. Will he get past Orbit Nation? But Orbit does have the inside for the next. But Smidget has the inside for the one after that. Smidget surely got... And there's Jasper Boss going 3 wide. Oh, what's that? And then Sync Quanta's going to make the most of that. And he just gained 3 positions. 3 positions through a corner. And Jasper Boss had to cut that, so he's had to yield the position back to Orbit Nations. That was... Oh, and there's more contact. Oh, looks like there was contact between Smidget and Sync Quanta. So Sync Quanta has spun around once again. That's definitely going to be investigated after the race. We don't want to see a championship being decided by a penalty. That's awful to see. But all that jostling means that Wastel's going to get a healthy lead out the pits now. He's going to pit 1 lap early, try and get the undercut. But oh, I just want to watch that again. Jasper trying to go 3 wide in that corner, causing Orbit Nations to run wide. Smidget getting a bit tangled up, so Sync Quanta got past, and a corner later, Smidget half spun Sync Quanta. Honestly, that was just such a mouthful to watch, even though, yeah, I'm using my eyes. Definitely going to be investigated, because there was some hairy stuff going on. And Sync Quanta down to P6 now, that's not good at all. This might be the end of the championship as Smidget's in the net P2 as Wastel's still in the net lead because he's pitted. But yeah. But here we have Sync Propulsion going down the inside of Limitless Horizon, and he gets that done before the corner has come, which is good. So, but Limitless Horizon, when you get the RS for the next corner, yes he does, but I don't think he'll be able to catch up enough. This is going to allow Sync Quanta to catch, but angry thoughts are going to be going through Sync Quanta's head at the moment, especially with the 2 title rivals clashing. But it does look like Smidget's going to come out on top at the moment, which is sad to state. And that's... Oh, what's just happened there? Jasper Boss was that. I think he was lagging, but LR Blazer Guns is out, we're down to 10 runners. There's been a lot of crashes, I haven't seen any of them, apart from the massive Tom Fultz one. So I honestly don't know what's going on, possibly just giving up because they're so far behind. But UK Future's doing a good job trying to get fastest lappies on more hypers. But here we have the top 5 looking like they're going to be in the pit. Right, I'm going to skip over to Smidget. He's definitely going to get held up here, which is going to work in Sync Quanta's hands. But he does get out ahead of Sync Quanta. Quanta's still got a stop to make. But will he come out? No, yeah, Wastel way ahead by the looks of it. Limitless Horizon does stay out though, that's interesting. Probably trying to get as fresh a super soft as he can. Well, there's now a 7-second lead for Wastel in theory now. So it looks like there might have been a bit of battling out of the pits, but Orbit Nations 1 second behind Sync Propulsion. Well, that was very late breaking there for Orbit Nations, as we're just nearly at the halfway point through the race. This race has gone very fast, actually. The fastest I've ever seen a race go, so there's going to be a lot of debating after the race involving some of these incidents that have happened. And just a reminder that these guys did do their qualifying last week, so they may not have practiced since last week, so they could be a bit rusty. A bit of qualifying always helps, especially for the race, just to get to grips with the track again, as you probably haven't done it for a few months. So yeah, let's look UK Futures. He's not having a good time, he's just about to be lapped now, actually. Oh, and there is actually a battle for P3. Limitless Horizon going into the pits though. Smidget probably getting held up a little bit, which is going to help Wastel for the lead. Sync Quanta down in P7 is going to go up to P6 because of Limitless Horizon pitting, but there is 2 Sync guys right ahead of him. Will team orders be made? But Orbit Nations doesn't seem to want to yield his position even to his Sync buddy, so we could see some more battling if Sync Quanta does catch up, but I don't know if he's going to be struggling on pace or not. I'm going to go over to Sync Propulsion now. As they're catching a lapped car now. Right, so as I said at the start, when there's a bit of a boring part to the race, this is it. I'll explain a few more rules and what's going to be going on for next season. So season 7, you will not see the normal regular car liveries on track, you'll see custom liveries with esports teams. So you can see the likes of VSR, JRT, Shazoo, Sync, they all have their own liveries and their own drivers on the track competing for themselves in the championship. It's going to be probably a 10 race season, but the races will be every other week, and yeah, so expect a lot of differences. You might see a you will see a GP3 next season, and probably a GP4 if there's enough drivers. It's looking like there might be at the moment, because we've got over 100 sign-ups, but we've got 17 esports teams going to be racing with us next season, which is a lot for the field. Some of them will have A and B teams, so the whole grid's going to be full up of sponsorships and esports teams, which is going to be very exciting. It's going to change everything up a bit, and this is a new part to the F1 community. So this is like doing, instead of just having Williams and, as a team with you and your teammate, you actually race for a boss, your manager, which will get an esports team. So there'll be no more managers like Infamous Clays won't be a manager, he'll be racing for VSR. So will Sierra, but you won't see Mighty Dylan being a manager anymore, unfortunately. Tom's Battlers, which is me, I'll be managing Fury Racing Team, which is acting as basically an esports team or privateer. You'll just pick up a few drivers that have signed up, which aren't in any esports teams, and then yeah. So the managers you see now won't be managing next season, unfortunately, unless they are actually a manager for a team. But anyway, there's now a battle now between Orbit Nations and Jasper Boss for P3. So here's Orbit Nations. He's catching, or he's losing a bit of time through that section there, maybe a bad exit, but he's definitely got the overall pace over Jasper Boss. Sync Quanta caught up 3/10 in the last lap. There's Propulsion. Just to note that Wastel, his tyres are a lap older than Smidget, so maybe we could see a puncture at the end which could change the whole race. But unfortunately at the moment, it doesn't look like we're going to get the 2 title rivals battling anymore anyway, unless there's a bit of contact or a safety car. Yeah, safety car coming to play. Orbit Nation's 4/10 gap now, maybe we can see an overtake on the straight. Maybe there'll be more contact, hopefully not. So yeah, here we have Orbit Nation's the DRS overtake mode, 100% the overtake mode. Is he going to save it for the next straight? He could always. So here is Orbit Nations. He didn't manage to catch on the straight at all. Sync Quanta has caught up to Sync Propulsion. Could we see some team orders going on there? It looks like Sync Propulsion may have made a mistake. He's now 3 seconds behind these two. As a fantastic helicopter camera here going onto the hotel. Definitely this is a camera to use for a highlight or like a video. I forgot what they're called actually. A trailer, yeah, that's it. Or a little mini montage. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic thing to watch here, as they're probably going to change after this corner. Oh no, it doesn't, it continues on, but yeah, here we are. Oh, Limitless Horizon, 5 seconds stop and go. Corner cutting and gaining 2 places. Doesn't look like he could have gained 2 places. Don't know what's going on there, must be a glitch. He's not having a great day out of the track at the moment. But Sync Quanta is now ahead of Sync Propulsion. Looks like that has a bit of team orders going on. But that's all good, doesn't matter. Now here we have Orbit Nations, DRS flap open, and doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to Jasper Boss this time around, but maybe on the next straight. And there's another yellow flag. Looks like it might be involving Tom Fawkes. Now Orbit Nations. Does he go down the inside here? No, he's not quite close enough, so you're gonna have to wait for the next lap, unless Jasper makes a mistake. He's very close now, under the hotel. Closer than ever before. He's only a 2/10 gap now. Maybe we could see a move sooner rather than later. Obviously, Orbit Nations may be quite aggressive towards Jasper Boss after he did having been involved in a bit of bumping earlier on in the race. So here is Orbit Nations, right on the back of Jasper Boss. Doesn't look like he's going to be close enough this time, but maybe in the next straight once again. And Jasper Boss runs quite wide over the curb, and that's going to affect his traction going onto the straight. So Orbit Nations closer this time, but yeah. Still go for it, as it. Oh, you literally didn't touch it. You could put a paper. You couldn't even put a thin sheet of paper between these two cars. R12 quote. He couldn't catch a fish with his toes. He didn't catch a fish with his toes. He. What? Oh, and that's Orbit Nations down the inside. That was me trying to do a failed FORL quote, and Orbit Nations makes a massive mistake. But luckily, Jasper Boss manages to avoid him, but he does get back past again. So the positions are unchanged. That only means that Sync Quanta's going to catch up, but he is falling back actually. 4.4 second gap now. It's not looking good for the second place man in the championship. He doesn't catch the fish with his toes, he catches them with a rod. That's the one. I figured it out now. But anyway, we've got Jasper Boss. And yeah, Orbit Nations is very close here. He's only about a car length and a half behind, so there could easily be a dive. And he's going to go for the dive on that. We've got Jasper Boss. Oh, Orbit Nations was fully ahead for the next corner, but Jasper Boss did have to make an avoiding action to make sure that he didn't lose a chunk of front wing. But looks like Jasper Boss is going to go down the inside for the next corner as well. Now we're going to look at Orbit Nations going around the outside, as once again Orbit Nations gets shoved over the track. But Jasper Boss The Orbit Nations does, in theory, gain a position out of that. Surely he's going to pull over and let him pass. Yeah, he does. That was quite dangerous. He's still going to use that to create a move for the next corner. What's happening here? Jasper Boss slowing down. Don't know what's going on there, but Jasper Boss is going really slow now. Oh, I'm sorry, but Sync Quanta is all the way down to P7. I don't know what happened there. Did he get damaged? He's on the Hypersource now. This is an absolute disaster. It's practically confirmed Smidget's the champion, unfortunately. There's not going to be a battle between these two today. So yeah, Sync Repulsion is really close to Jasper Boss now. Maybe we could see a safety car which would put Sync Quantum right back in the action. Especially the fact that he's on the Hypersoft, which may not be the best tyre to try and put him through 8 laps of this race. Possibly the Ultrasoft would have been the better option, but anyway, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't really notice what's going on there. Sync Repulsion getting past. I don't know what's going on with Jasper Boss. Telemetry. I honestly don't know what's going on with him. Looks like he's in our AI mode. His car's not going full speed. Jasper Boss is lagged out. That's unfortunate. He was having a good strong race up until that. So now all Sync Quanta can really do now to get anywhere decent is to possibly get the fastest lap, which would be inevitable. If he doesn't get the fastest lap, I don't know what's going on. Orbit Nations is out of the race. What happened there? There's a bit of debris on the side of the track. Right, we're going to go on board. And he's ditched it in the barrier. We're going to go and have a look at Jasper Boss. And Orbit Nations is just absolutely on the racing line there. Completely stuffed it in the wall. Surely there's going to be a safety car. What is this game if there's not going to be a safety car? I mean, I don't know what's going on sometimes, but that is definitely a safety car worthy incident. Orbit Nations completely clobbered the barrier at the exit of the third last corner. So, oh, I didn't see that, but Spittles is actually 4 tenths behind No Less Horizon now, but Spittles is on the much better tyres. He's on the fresher Ultrasoft. DRS in mode, that's going to be an easy move for Spittles there. He's already made it past before the chicane. Sync Quanta up to P4 now as Jasper Boss' car is lagged out. The field is very spread out now, and unfortunately this looks like it's going to be an undramatic ending to the season. Tom Folks on another set of wipers off. Definitely trying to get the fastest lap, I think. Let's see if anyone's actually got penalties. I don't think people actually have. There's a lot of warnings and stuff here. My 3-second time penalties aren't popping up for me, actually. Because I have not seen any so far. There we go, Smidgen gets his feet, and so does Spittles. So they are popping up now, but they weren't a second ago. So let me have a look at the time penalties to see if any positions will be shuffled. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 9 seconds for Wastel. 1, 2, 3. So 9 seconds for Smidget. Sync Repulsion is 1, 2, 3. So that's 9 seconds for Repulsion. Sync Quanta, oh, he's got 12 seconds worth. That's a shame. Spittles has only 2. Yes, 6 seconds. Limitless Erasmus has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. That's a lot of penalties. He's 21 seconds to add it onto his end race total. And that's 6 seconds for Jasper Boss. 1, 2, 3 for Tom Fawkes. That's 9 for Tom Fawkes. 1, and only 3 seconds for Futures. Orbit Nations fortunately did retire. Sync Quanta another 3-second time penalty now. So it's going to be Sync Quanta. Looks like he's going to comfortably finish in P4 unless there's Smidget somehow crashes out in the final few laps, which would give Quanta the title, but that would be very undramatic. So, I'm going to check who's got fastest lap actually. I really want to see who does have the fastest lap. 38.2, 37.8 for Smidget, 38, 37.8, 37.8, 37.8, 35.5 for Quanta, 35.5, 35.5, 35.5, 35.5. 35.5. It looks like fastest lap is in Sync Quanta's hands at the moment. Lovely picture of the marshals, obviously not doing much. Smidget's actually catching still. I just put a note on that. Sorry for not commentating much, but yeah. Oh, Spittle's into the pits. Probably to put on a set of hyper. Might as well, but he will have to try to catch up to Limit Horizon again. Yeah, the set of hyper's on. He's got quite a big gap to catch up to Limitless Horizon. It's going to be like 12 seconds. It's going to be easy to catch, but will he do 12 seconds in 3 laps? I highly doubt it. Tom Falk's taking a very strange line. Oh, and he's off, only in the final lap as well. So, he's in the other pits, there shouldn't be any safety car or anything because he is off the track. Waste will now go on to the penultimate lap of the race. Oh, did I just see that there? What is going on? What is going on here? Quanta is slowing down. Has he run out of fuel? No, he hasn't. I do not know what he's doing. This is very strange. And anything can happen on the last lap, and he could still be crowned champion. I do not know what's going on, but... He could have kept 4th place, and yeah, now it's going to look like he's completely lost the championship by a massive margin. I do not know why he's doing this at all. But we are going to look at Waystall. Who's coming through the back straight now, and it's looked like Waystall has won the most wins in this championship, but he's only in P3. He could be challenging for the title, but I think he missed the first 2 races, so that's quite unfortunate there. One of the best drivers of this season's Waystall. The top 3 drivers I'd say this season is definitely Quanta, Smidget and Waystall. They are top 3 in the championship, but there's St Quanta going very slow. I don't know what's going on there. And here's Smidget. And he's holding Smidget up. This could be a disqualification for the championship if there's any contact made. I don't know what's going on. This is very unsportsmanlike, and it's not really making Sync look any good at all, is it? So, and there's Smidget. Yeah, here's the champion, but it did cast a shadow a bit over by what St Quanta just did. But Smidget is the FORL GP2 champion after some very controversial moments in the race which are being investigated, but it's unlikely to change the positions or the outcome as St Quanta decided to go over a lap down. Oh, there's a bit of battling here. Spittle's managed to get P4 by the end, but he looks like he's letting Limitless Horizon through. And will there be position changing on the line? Doesn't look like. Oh, but he's side by side. Not close enough. But Spittles gets P4 due to Limitless Horizon's 20 odd seconds of penalty. So, Smidget, FORL GP2 champion, and yeah. Was not expecting to see Smidget on top after the start of the season. Didn't really know who he was. This is his debut season as well, so now maybe he could be seeing the trip into GP1, and so could Wastel and St Quanta. But yeah, here he is, Wastel, man with the most wins. He could have won the championship or been in contentions on it if he was a bit closer to, if he did start the season right at the start, but he didn't, which is a shame. Could have been a three-way fight, but oh well. Smidget's come out on top. Consistent races, so has St Quanta. They've both had a bit of bad luck in these final rounds as well. Everyone's got penalties, so Wastel P1, Smidget the champion P2, Think Repulsion P3, Spittles P4, Limitless Horizon P5, Jasper Boss P6, Quanta P7, Hooch P8, Tom Fawkes P9, Orbit Nations P10, and that's been a great season to watch. Hope you watch back all the